Hey, John here with Loan Mitigation Services. We're going to cover a loan modification in this short series. It's a three-part series. Number one, we're going to talk about the loan modification and your future, basically the different options that you have available to you. Number two, we're going to talk about the Flex Modification Program, which is how 95% of single-family home mortgages fall under. That's a Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac mortgage, and how that works out for you and if you qualify for it. And then number three, we're going to talk about how to calculate the best option for you if you're looking at it from a financial perspective. Like, in other words, when you do a loan modification, you're resetting the terms of your loan, and that's a little bit different than maybe a repayment plan that you come up with your lender. And that might be different than a refinance if you happen to qualify for that. So we're going to talk about the best option for you if you're sensitive about the total amount you have to pay back on your loan in part three. So anyway, so let's jump into it. Let's talk about your future first, though. If you're delinquent on your loan, there's only 5 outcomes in your future. So I'm going to break it down for you. If it's helpful, you can grab a piece of paper and then just write 1 through 5, okay? Number 1, and we never encourage number 1, which is you do nothing. If you don't confront the problem right now and you do nothing, it's going to equal long-term pain. So all these options equal either short-term pain, long-term gain, or short-term gain, long-term pain. And I'll tell you how each one of these fall. So option number 1, if you do nothing, yeah, it's a little bit of short-term relief because you can put your head in the sand and pretend it's going to go away. But the problem's not going to go away. You could get hit with the foreclosure. That's going to wreck your credit. And by the way, deed in lieu of foreclosure, where you hand the keys off and do what's called a friendly foreclosure with your lender, is a lot of times also recorded as a foreclosure as well. So option 1, we never encourage. It's completely unnecessary for you to have a foreclosure and for you to lose your house at a time that surprises you where you have no control over that timing. Option 2 is for you to work out a loan modification or a resolution with your lender, and that's what this 3-part series is going to cover. And we're going to talk about that and break down the benefits of doing that and the fact that that doesn't cost you any money. So we always encourage you to go that route first, and you don't have to involve any kind of outside person that you have to pay to resolve your situation with your lender. There's a lot of different options available for you. Option number 3 and 4 involve attorneys. So option 3 would be to hire an attorney to delay, and a lot of times you're delaying the inevitable. So you're hiring an attorney for foreclosure defense, and that attorney is going to just put the foreclosure on an elevator, a lot of times on technicalities. Now, this isn't legal advice, so if you're going to take any legal action, you have to consult with an attorney. But a lot of times in our experience, we've seen attorneys get involved for foreclosure defense. You're paying a few $100s a month to delay a foreclosure and just keep your house a little bit longer. So in that particular situation, we consider that a little bit of short-term relief with some long-term pain because you have to deal with the foreclosure, or sometimes that turns into what option number 4 is, a bankruptcy. So you can hire an attorney, or you can even file yourself through the federal court system a personal bankruptcy. So if you file bankruptcy, obviously that's going to destroy your credit. It's short-term relief. You buy some time in your house, but it's long-term pain because you have a bankruptcy on your credit, okay? And then option number 5, if you happen to be upside down on your mortgage where you owe more than maybe your home is worth, because a lot of people who had leveraged loans, meaning they put very little money down, maybe the house is in imperfect shape, you lost your equity, maybe there's penalties and attorney's fees and all kinds of additions to your loan balance right now, that sometimes puts people upside down on their loans, and to get out from underneath that situation, you would do a short sale or some other creative option, and that's what we do. Again, we always encourage you to go with a loan modification because it doesn't cost you any money. It helps you settle the promise you made with your lender, and at no cost out of pocket. We just want to make sure that you know what your options are, and if you know that a loan modification is not going to work for you, or you don't qualify, or maybe you try to do a loan modification trial period and it didn't work out, then maybe check out some of our other creative options, including short sales. You can check out our website at lms-freshstart.com. The link's in the video description below if a loan modification doesn't work for you, you've already been down this route. Otherwise, Check out part 2 and part 3 of this series to follow.